Hi guys, this is wi-tek pre-sales Tommy. Welcome to our channel wi-tek. If your customer has two factories, the distance between the two factories and the monitor room is more than 2 kilometers, and they are on a straight line network. So, what kind of network architecture you will design for your customer? Today in this video, we are going to talk about straight line network. Multiple switch together to have a real network. Here we have a cloud industrial switch. Its model is WI-PCMS306GF-I. This is an industrial cloud managed switch with layer 2 management, ERPS protocol, 48 to 57 voltage redundant power, operating temperature -40 degree to 75 degree, support cloud management and onvif protocol devices. Let's open it and see what's inside. This is the package content including WI-PCMS306GF-I, RJ45 to 0 port cable, and QIG. Next, let's look at how to configure it. The customer needs to install some IP devices such as an IP camera, and also wants to have some additional network ports for future use. There are 2 optic fiber to each of the factory and monitoring room which has been buried. So we can deploy an industrial switch for each factory and monitoring room. But we know that there are problems with the straight line network. If the first link is down, we are going to lose all devices. Now the ERPS can solve this problem. Let's move to the demonstration board and see how can we solve this problem with the ERPS technology. Here we are in front of the demonstration board. You may wonder why we only use one optic fiber. Usually we need 2, one for transmit and another for receive. The reason is that we use a BIDI transceiver, which uses different wavelengths to transmit and receive the data. So only a single optic fiber will be enough to link all switches together. The power supply unit applies the power of this industrial switch. Port 1 connected to the IP camera. From this switch, I'm using the optic fiber to link the second switch. And from the second switch is linked to the third switch. Port 1 of the third switch is connected to the NVR. This is the original straight line network for all switches. The video is alive. Let me put out the optic fiber of this switch. You can see we lose all the video from the camera. Let me put it back. As we mentioned before, we have 2 optic fibers. And another one we didn't use. The video is alive. Let me demonstrate ERPS from the beginning. I connect the fiber from this switch to the third switch. The video is alive. Let's run the same test as before. We still have a live video. Let's do the further tests for the ERPS function, pulling out one side of the fiber of each switch each time. Even if each of the links is down, we still have a live video. the ERPS will find a different path to create a network in this case. To turn on the ERPS, we can log in to the switch and configure which port to run the ERPS, or just simply turn on the deep switch of the fast run, which will detect the ERPS and keep it running. The fast run function provides backup links of data transmission, supports 30 pieces switch maximum in cascade system, minimum self-healing in 20 milliseconds. We have demonstrated the ERPS function. Next, I'm going to share typical application scenarios of industrial cloud switch. Transportation IP surveillance is a very important system of roadway. In order to detect traffic congestion, accidents, and adjust the traffic lines accordingly. It will consist of high-definition cameras and infrared cameras for license plate recognition, both of which need to be powered by high-power PoE switches to simplify system deployment and future maintenance. ERPS function will guarantee the network transmission is stable and reliable. Self-healing makes the network faster recovery and avoids the core network disconnection for a long time.